film school.
Okay. So I was kind of in film school. I was a faux film school major, communications major. I was in documentary film. That's why I know how to use a camera. I know how to edit. I can do narrative video. I could probably make a film tomorrow, and if I wanted to. Anyway, I kind of know how it is. Anyway, but the interview process, I don't know how Eli feels. I really don't. I explained to you this earlier. The only reason why I got into the school that I got into was because my sister was in it. That's why. It was like a whole nepotism thing. It was really I got a scholarship, I got a discount, and I got my financial aid, and that was it. I was there, and I didn't like it. But I spent 3 years there, and the program just dissipated. And I got a mental illness. So I am Eli! Yay, I'm Eli! No, to tell you the truth, they, not only did the program dissipated, but they, kicked me out because I had a mental illness. I should sue, but I'm having a hard time getting a lawyer. Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen to Eli. That'd be a fun story, like, that's why I kind of feel like when, the blonde, persnickery lady was like, "So, can you handle this?" I mean, I want to. That's all too familiar, because when you have a mental illness, I mean, can you finish anything? I didn't finish school. I'm currently at community college, taking every single credit that I have at my previous college, trying to get my associates, hopefully either doing a bachelor's in theater arts, or doing a MFA conservatory. But I don't know. If you have a mental illness, that's you have to, like, you're constantly defending yourself. Especially if you have bipolar disorder or multiple mental illness. You can have multiple mental illness. That's why Eli having one mental illness it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. I mean, having one major mental illness, like, he could, he may have PTSD, or he may have gotten past the PTSD from fits, but I don't know, the PTSD hasn't really been mentioned at all. Or he could have the PTSD from Cam. But he has the bipolar and the PTSD. He has multiple mental illnesses. And to be put on the spot like that and ask, can you complete projects? Wow, that's powerful. It really affects me, because I've been going through this, like, severe depression lately, and I've been having a really hard time completing projects, and I'm thinking about dropping another class, and I'm trying to keep it whereas I can't drop too many classes or else I lose my job, because I work on campus, and it's a shame, because I did really well in, like, the one test, and then I'm just like, I'm waking up, and then I'm just, like, slugging along, and I'm just, I I kind of feel like Eli at this moment, like where I'm just like getting by, and I can't really do much of anything. But when you have a mental illness, especially, I mean, I believe I have, because like I mentioned last week, with Eli's therapist, I don't think she really did a good job with handling his situation. I think she unknowingly turned him to the drugs. I think by telling him to forget about it, I think that unknowingly put him into the drugs. I think more of a session would probably made him handle the problem more, but um but I I had a crappy therapist. I really did. And I'm switching my entire outpatient therapy. So like I had to research my psychosis, because like really Eli had the best. I think Eli had the best care possible. I don't know. Whatever Medicaid they have free health insurance in Canada. I forgot about that. But I'm on Medicaid in America because I'm legally disabled, and I'm an internet nut, and I know people shouldn't be doing this, but like I had to based on the symptoms that hospitals and what I've been feeling, and how I treat people, and how I think I have borderline personality disorder, and then my mom was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so that's hereditary, so I think I have it. And from bullying, and I don't think I've been from bullying and like constant trauma. Not like suicidal trauma. I mean like bullying trauma. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. So I have 3 mental illnesses. And going back to being asked, can you complete anything? I think that's probably the most powerful question of the entire episode. I think that is just, I think that grabbed me somewhere, and like, cause like I'm just it's just wow. Like, cause like when you go to college, you're expected to do so much, and you're not being bottle fed like when you're in high school. You're not bottle fed when you're in high school. I know most of the people who are watching this are between the ages of like maybe 12 and 17 or 18 and are not in college yet. You're not being bottle fed like you're in high school. You have to time manage everything, and like it's hard. It's really, really hard. And you're living on your own, like in a dorm. You're living on your own, and you have to like time out everything, like. And you're living with strangers. If you're in a community college, you probably don't have to worry about that. But like your parents are probably going to make you get a job as well as go to school. Or like I don't know if Canada has community colleges or not. I'm not sure. But if you're in America and you go to community college, 9 times out of 10, if your parents aren't strict and aren't strict. At 18, your parents are probably going to want you to go to school and get a job, and that's going to be really hard. And work study is your best friend. Like, if you work study is your best friend. But time management is going to be your best friend. And just, I mean, look up time management and just, like, live it, learn it, love it. Because when you're out on your own, nobody's gonna care about you. Nobody's gonna care about you. I mean, you will have people who care about you, but you're out on your own. I mean, you'll have your parents there, but especially if you're going to be an Eli who's going to travel from one country to another, or one state to another state, or even with Katie, she's going to Sanford. She's traveling all the way from Toronto, which is in I believe it's like above New York City. So Eli's not doesn't really have that far of a travel. Okay, well he does because New York's a big state, but it's a long travel, but it's not as far as Toronto and Ontario and California. It's not an easy thing. I mean, TV makes it look that easy, but it's not easy. It really isn't. But to make things happier, Romeo and Jules was mentioned, and the Persnickety lady loved it, and Eli was happy. Claire. So have you ever talked to somebody and you don't want to hear what they're saying? I liked how that was played out, though. Good job, editors. So yeah, your life sucks right now, and I don't like how it's going. You know, that was basically what Eli was thinking at the moment. And, you know, anything could be going through his mind right now, you know, he could be thinking about these pills, this, the hell is it called? I can't even read it. Anyway, he could be thinking about Kardashian and her Kardashian. You know why I have this? Because I subscribed to it. I didn't want her on the cover. He could be thinking about this Olympus digital camera that's old. He could be thinking about how to get money for college. You know, because that's totally not a problem for Eli. It's a problem for Katie. You know, because Katie's the only one with money problems. I totally don't get that. I really don't. Anyway, you know, he could be thinking about anything. You know, like this random earring that I found and decided to keep. He could be thinking about an empty printer cartridge. He could be thinking about a glowing mouse. He could be thinking about Christina Perry. He could be thinking about, I don't know, Nintendo Wii. You get the point. He's not thinking about Claire. He's thinking about drugs. You know? So he took the E. The MDMA. The ecstasy. And he liked it. He liked it so much that there was an act break. Whatever it takes. Yeah, yeah. I know I can make it through. Ooh, I got one tooth. Ah.